Have you been stressed lately? I have. Let's go over some techniques to reduce stress that I picked up from studying neuroscience and music performance. Research-backed tips that have improved my performance and reduced my stress. You can apply them to your life too. If you've seen my other videos, you know I'm all about finding flow, getting into the zone. But stress really kills that flow. When we're stressed, it's hard to enjoy life automatically. Plus, stress can hurt your body in many ways. We're not getting into those specifics here, but too much stress is bad. I'll link some research and books on stress in the description below if you feel like learning about that stuff. First, let's break down what stress is. Things that happen outside of us create feelings inside us. Let's call these outside challenges strain, and the feelings we get in response, stress. Today, we're going to cover how to reduce strain, how to handle stress when it happens, and stress in retirement. You might be wondering, why would I stress if I don't have to work? I'll explain that a little later. So, how do we lower our stress levels? Well, the first thing we need to do is reduce strain. One way to lower your stress is to build a more enjoyable life. Use your skills and talents so you feel fulfilled. You want to always be learning, growing, and experiencing new things. In other videos, I share tips on enjoying everything you do, even work. A key idea in flow is to challenge yourself with tasks that are just a little above your current skill level. This way, you keep growing. Building a life like this helps you handle challenges better, which means you experience less strain. However, you can't always control the amount of external stuff coming into your life. Although strain is often a result of our own choices, things come up randomly. Tragedies and accidents happen. Life can hit you pretty damn hard. When that happens, it's all about how you react. Two people might face the same challenge. One might be overwhelmed, while the other sees it as a chance to grow. Don't worry, I'm not going to say some stupid crap like,
you just gotta fix your mindset, bro.
Because changing your automatic reactions takes time and effort. There are real techniques you can use, and that's what I want to share. So, how do you become someone that sees strain as a challenge to vanquish and not this uncontrollable disruptor in your life? To fix the internal stress, we need to focus on the external strain. I tend to overthink when I get stressed. I get stuck in worry and imagine worst case scenarios, which only makes things worse. The first and toughest part is realizing when you're caught in this loop and breaking free from it. I love sticky notes. I have a whole bunch all over my room with random ideas, lyrics, to-do lists, shopping lists, whatever else, but the most important ones are reminders to myself about how I'm thinking. For example, one note says, can you control it? Because if you can't control it, why are you stressed about it? Another note reminds me that you do not exist, meaning who I am is always changing and I have the power to change my thoughts. I prefer sticky notes over posters or something like that because when it's always around, it eventually fades into the background and it gets ignored. Sticky notes lose their stickiness and it eventually falls off, or you can rip them off and I can replace it with something else. A different idea so I'm not used to it and I just simply ignore the reminder. Over time, you'll get better at catching yourself before you spiral into anxiety. It won't be perfect. I still fall into that loop all the time, but a little self-awareness can reduce those moments of stress. Next, look at what's causing your stress. Find the strain. In this situation, realistically, what do you have control over? Remember my sticky note. Be honest. Some people think they have no control, while others believe they can change everything. Neither extreme helps. Focus only on what really happened. Don't add extra worries or make things up. I recommend writing your thoughts down on paper. It's a simple way to organize your thoughts and lets you see things more clearly. Once you've figured out what's within your control, trust yourself. I know you've made it through hardships. Everyone has. Self-assurance comes from remembering that you made it through those and came out the other side.
Were you killed? Sadly, yes. But I lived.
Think back to times you've overcome challenges. Write down what you did and the skills you used. Seeing your past successes on paper can boost your confidence. With that self-trust, you can start taking action and ask yourself, what can I do right now to make this situation more manageable? Now, not all strain is something you can solve or get rid of, so just focus on right now. What will help me think clearly. Can I fix any part of this problem? Later, consider ways to prevent this strain from happening again. Always focus on what you can actually change. With practice, you'll start seeing stressful moments as challenges you can overcome, almost automatically. A way to flow through stress, helping you stay in the zone. Lastly, make sure you have hobbies and interests outside of your career. I explained in a past video that people's careers can be their primary source of flow. Because of that, one of the highest times of stress in many people's lives is actually retirement. Whether it's forced retirement, physical limits, or your industry changing, most of us will have to stop working at some point. Some people feel lost or empty without their career, especially if most of their social life is tied to work. That's why it's important to have other passions, like music, art, or learning a language. Try joining groups with people who share your hobbies or get involved in your community by giving back. Both help you build a social circle that's not tied to your job. These are all wonderful ways to find joy and value outside of doing stuff just for a paycheck. Even if you're super young and won't be retiring for a long time, set up this type of life now, because it will help ease your everyday stress too. Think of it as diversifying your mental portfolio. You don't want all your fulfillment coming from one source. I'm sure that it'll still be a big adjustment. I haven't personally experienced retirement, obviously, but from all the books I've read on this topic, the people that are the happiest in the later stages of life are the ones that have a lot of hobbies and diverse social circles. A bonus tip: have you ever tried just not giving a fuck? Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata! Hey! Hakuna Matata!
Stop making a big deal out of every little thing. Not everything is worth caring about. Will this matter tomorrow? Will it matter in a year or two? Probably not. You'll find that letting go of all the excess bullshit and judgments people put upon you will clear your mind and help focus your energy on what's actually important. I know, it's easier said than done. I try my best to not care, but I do. I care a lot about everything. But I'm getting better at going with the flow. Remember, we're all human. Even the strongest people get overwhelmed sometimes. You can't fix everything, and stress will always be a part of your life. Please make sure to take the time you need to rest when those situations happen. I've had 2 major moments in my life where a whole bunch of really heavy stuff happened all at once, and I had a very hard time managing it. Those were some of the worst years of my life. The only thing that helped was time. Sometimes there's nothing you can do but forgive yourself, take some rest, and wait. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something I need to remind myself of too. And if you need help, please reach out to friends and/or professionals. I wouldn't be here without the support I received during my darkest moments. So, what are your go-to methods for dealing with stress? What hobbies or activities give you fulfillment outside of work? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Faz. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and remember to play.